I've been trading profitably for 7 years, and in that time, I've realized while doubling my account on profits only that preparation is the key. But here's the thing, balancing that with a full-time job, 2 kids, and running a business, it's hard to do. Now, the last thing you have time for is spending hours in front of the charts every night trying to figure out what the markets are going to do. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I prepare for an entire week of trading in under 30 minutes. It's a time saver, it's a money maker. I'm excited to share it with you, so let's get going. You really only need 3 different charts, okay? That's it. You need a daily chart, a 60-minute chart, and then whatever smaller time frame chart you place your trades on. For me, that's a tick chart. So if you don't have those loaded, pause, go get it done. See you in a second. Here's the general concept here. We work from the biggest time frame to the smallest time frame. So we'll start with the daily, go to the 60, and then down to the tick chart. Each one has something uniquely specific it's going to tell us. We're going to take notes on those, and those quick notes then become the plan that we rely on for the rest of the week. Okay, so first I'm going to show you exactly what information we're looking for on each time frame, and then I'm going to walk you through this whole process in real time so you can see how quick and how reliable this actually is. So let's talk about what you need on them. All right, so you can just make this as expedient as possible. One, on your daily chart, you're going to need a single moving average indicator, the 5-day look back. It's called the 5 SMA. Very easy to find. Go to your indicators, go to SMA, add it, make sure in the period box it says 5. The next thing we're going to want is something called the COT. It's Commitment of Traders. It comes out every Friday from the Commodities Futures Trading Commission, and it is a measure of where traders are based on their size, essentially. I'm sure I could explain that better, but you load that indicator, go down to COT in your indicator list, nice and easy. We're going to take note of what the commercials are doing. We'll talk about that in a second, but just make sure that indicator is loaded. And the third thing we look for on our daily charts are something called classical chart patterns. If you don't know what those are, it's totally fine. You can learn about those. It's not the most important thing of the 3 that we're going to be talking about, but to me it is important. I love them. I use them all the time just to help me form my directional biases. I'll show you how that works today as well. On your 60-minute chart, that's going to be our information headquarters. We're going to put all of our notes there, and we're going to mark key support and resistance levels. All right, so if you have important swings on your 60-minute chart, you want to mark those out and have them visible for you to analyze. And then on our tick chart, we're just going to look very simple. Where is price in relation to the previous day's high and low? That's relevant both for intraday trading and for after hours trading as well. Let's get into all of this. Okay, so on our daily chart, here's this triangle drawn. I just want you to see it. I will draw this out again, but here's one example of a classical chart pattern. We'll do this in a second, but first we need to look at our commercials, COT. So this is the indicator I was talking about, COT. You just add it, it's very easy. And you can see the red line, that's commercials. Their net position is short, 171,000, as opposed to 130K long from the non-commercials. It's like commodity trading advisors and things of that nature. We want to take note of what the commercials are doing. This is very important. Something probably the biggest thing you can learn from this video, COT, follow what the commercials are doing. So, and it's important because the commercials are the ones that actually use these products. The ones that are buying gold for their computer chips, the ones that are buying oil for the airlines, the ones that care about the best price at the right time, all right? But you can see nonetheless that the commercials are short by 171K, their net position as opposed to everybody else. So we're going to write that down on our 60-minute chart. That's where we take our notes, remember? So go to the 60-minute chart. I'm just going to write here commercials short. Nice and easy. That's our first thing we've learned, that the commercials are shorting oil. The second thing we want to look for is our SMA 5. We would need 7 consecutive closes above or below in order to have an official extended trend. Right now you can see that this last green bar, that was Friday's bar, it closed just above by a couple of ticks actually. So we don't have any consecutive bars closed below, but beforehand we had 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Friday would have been 7. Here's what I'm going to do though. I want to take note of this because it's just a few ticks away from being an official extended trend. I'm going to write this. I'm going to say daily extended trend just missed, but pullback and to move down plausible. Okay, so that way we know we don't have the extended trend. However, it still looks like we could be pulling back right here, meet the 5 SMA, and then just go short from there. All right, so that's a plausible scenario. It's in my head. And the third now, classical chart patterns. We want to look for things like triangles, head and shoulders, double tops. If you don't know what those are, it's cool. Like I said, you can go find out. There are books about them. They're easy to learn online or anywhere else. Maybe I'll make a video about them. I don't know. But what I see here is a triangle. This is a classical chart pattern. Right there. See our price triangle right there? High to low to high to low to high to low, and we finally broke it. And then we came back and back tested the triangle, and then we're kind of off to the races to the downside. Now, triangles are used back in the day for position traders, for like kind of long-term price objectives. And for triangles, once they break a certain side, that's your buy or sell signal. Okay, so it broke to the downside. So for position traders, they would be thinking, well, I might be getting short now. For us, we want to know what that price objective would be for the position traders, because I don't have the capital to just put a sell order in and hope that it works, right? I don't have the margins. But I do want to know what their price objective would be. Where would they get out of the trade, essentially? And to measure that, we go to the base of the triangle, and I just use the rectangle tool. Same thing I use to measure my stop. So measure from top to bottom. I take it, move it over to the tip of the triangle in the direction that it broke. So in this case, it's down. And the bottom of this, 61.28, so we'll just say 61-ish or even 62. That's our price objective for the triangle, meaning that if price gets down there, a position trader would think about taking their profits or scaling out. Daily triangle objective short 62. All right, so now we have 3 different things that are telling us to get short. Our commercials are short. Our daily extended trend just missed, but a pullback to go continue down as plausible. And our daily triangle objective is to the downside. So that means my bias is short. Boom, bias is short. Okay, so we got that figured out. Now we got to figure out where we're going to trade. How are we going to find our shorts? That's where we go to the 60-minute chart for these levels. All of these 60-minute levels, you can just mark out the swings that are important. You can screenshot this, look at oil. You can apply this to any single 60-minute chart. You're just marking the swings that have broken structure to the downside. Very simple. So the first one that we have that we can work around is right here. This orange and blue one that are together. This is important. It's doubly important. One, we've got the orange line at a 60-minute level. We could trade around that anyway. However, it's coupled with a 60-minute level that was support that has become resistance. That's called polarity. So I'm going to take note of that line. That's my very first 60-minute level that I can get short at. I'm going to write that on my log here. 60-minute polarity short. So that's my first entry that I can, do something with. And the other thing I see above here is this price gap here that hasn't been filled. So even though our scenario is short, or even though our bias is short, there's still a scenario in which price would come back up here first. So I want to make sure that I have got this gap fill as part of my plan. So I'm going to write that down. Gap fill and levels above still plausible, meaning that I'm not going to be married to that level. This could also happen. I'm just going to be ready for that. And because our bias is short, I'm going to look for a trend line. Do you have any kind of trend line that looks good? And I think that probably right there looks good to me. Somewhere around there. I think I can make that a bit more exact. Okay. Now what I look for now is an equal move to the other side of it. We've already crossed it. So this is going to give me an area to look for shorts as well. We've got this is our last big swing on the downside of it. Now we're going to move that to the upside. And we expect to move potentially up here, an equal distant move. And so maybe we get a short around there as well. So I'm going to put that area as a place that I'm looking at as a short. So there, and then we've got this, and potentially up here as well. So there are 3 levels on our 60-minute chart that we're going to be looking for shorts. The next thing we're going to do is look for our previous day's high and low. So for our Friday's high and low, you can see in our chart, the high is up here. This is my tick chart. My low is down here, 75.06. The high, 76.78. That's why I have them marked with the pink line is the high, green line is the low. Price likes to interact with these lines every single day, whether it's intraday or after hours. So you can see if I scroll in, we are underneath this previous day's high. So this offers an immediate trade if we were to go above there, take out some stops, maybe even go up to this level of our equal move above the trend line. And so then we've got ourselves another level that we could potentially get short at, which is the previous day's high. So I'm also going to mark that on my chart. Previous day's high, short. So I've got my 60-minute levels, the polarity, my immediate one. I've got my gap fill on my radar just in case. And then I've got my previous day's high kind of short around there. That also coincides with also coincides with the trend line equal distant move, which I also need to write down. Cool. And those 2 things, previous day's high short and the trend line, those correlate. So we've got some real good levels here on oil. Nothing has even opened up yet. And we've got our scenarios planned out and good to go. Did not take long. Then I apply that to the rest of the other 7 markets I trade, and I'm done for the week. And now I just follow this plan throughout the week. And if things change, I adapt my plan as well. But I'll tell you something, this scenario is not going to change all that much unless we get a huge extension bar. We can rely on this triangle and otherwise to continue as part of our plan. The 60-minute chart's going to change quicker, and then of course the tick chart's going to change a lot day to day. But this is our weekly plan, and now we can rely on that for the rest of the week. So that's how I do it, and you can also use my free futures trading checklist. It has all of this on it: classical chart patterns, 60-minute levels, previous days high and low. It's all there for you to use for free. Download it. Link is in the description below. If this video has been helpful, please like and subscribe. The only purpose of this channel is to help you become a better trader. Help me to do that by getting this channel out there. Keep the focus going. Check out this video next: how after hours trading changed my life forever. I apply these same concepts strictly to after hours trading, and I will see you soon.